Okay, this is going to be help for day 5 homework. We're now on section 5.4, which starts on page 280. I'm going to be starting with example 1, which says we are going to be writing an equation when we're given the slope and we're given 1 point. And this time we're just not given b, we're not given the y-intercept, and our job will be to find that. So, we're going to start an example 1. They're telling us that we want to write an equation of a line that goes through the point 1, 5, and this line is going to have a slope of 2. So, as always, this is why I ask you to remember the mantra, because we always will start the equation by thinking about our mantra, thinking about y equals mx plus b. And we'll see that in this equation, we're just going to try to fill in the slope, which will be easy because it's given, and then we're going to find b. So I'm going to fill in the slope and see that I will need to find b. This is going to be a common theme in many of the problems in the rest of this chapter, which will be to find what b is. And the way we're going to find b is we're going to use this point that I give us, that is given to us. And in this point, we're going to remember that it represents, every ordered pair represents an x and a y that's on the line that we're graphing, the line that's given. So we're going to use these points, know that x equals 1 and y equals 5. And we're merely going to substitute in what y equals and what x equals according to this point right here. So we're starting out with y equals 5, so that's my 5, and 2 times my x equals 1 in this equation. That was the point that was given, 1, 5. And from that, I've filled in everything in this equation except b, and I can now find b algebraically. So 5 equals 2 times 1, which is 2, plus b. Subtract 2 from both sides, and we now know what our y-intercept is. B equals 3. We go back to the original equation, back to the mantra, y equals mx plus b, now filling in the m and filling in the b. The m we knew was 2, and the b we now know is 3. And we have just written the equation of that line. Okay, I'm just going to give a second example. I'm making this, actually I'm using on page 283, I'm using number 6. And we're going to do that problem together. So in number 6, they're telling me to write an equation of the line that goes through the point -3, 5, and this line will have a slope of -1. So I'm going to do the same thing I did in the last problem, starting out with y equals mx plus b. I can substitute in, knowing that m equals -1, and my job is always going to be to find what b is. And to do it in this equation, since I'm given the point -3, 5, that will be my x and my y in this equation. So I'll have 5 equals -1 times -3 plus b. So my 5 equals -1 times -3 is 3, and subtracting 3 from both sides, I get that my b equals 2, and now I'm ready to write my equation, filling in what the m is and filling in what the b is. Y equals -1 x plus 2, and note that the book will almost always just write the answer as y equals -x plus 2. I'll accept either one of these as being okay. Okay.